A few weeks ago, I did the unboxing of this new 2017 HP Spectre x360 with the 7th Gen Core i7 Intel processor. It's going to go back to HP for some reasons I'll elaborate on at the end of this video, but first I wanted to answer some questions about a whining, chirping noise that people are hearing from the left side of the machine, the AC adapter that comes with it for USB-C power, the fast charge, and the pin. Right underneath where I have this microphone situated is the DC-DC converter, which has coils in it, and nearby there are magnets for the speaker, and there's also a magnet over here for the pin. But when you get the coils and current going through them and magnets, you get sound. And I believe this is not a problem with the machine, but it's just the way it operates. I'm going to switch over to this other microphone, and you'll be able to hear the sound. You have to put your ear right up to the computer to hear it on my unit. So if it's loud enough you can hear it from 2 feet away, that may be something different. I don't consider it an issue, but I'll play the noise that mine is generating here. Okay, this microphone is aimed right into that location where the noise comes from. And what I've found is in the middle of the display brightness is where it creates the most noise. So I'm going to turn it down here. Okay, that's all the way down, and now I'll bring it back up. So I'm going to switch off this microphone now. That whine, as I said, I believe it's a normal part of the DC-DC converter that powers the display and also the processor and memory voltages. If someone else has it louder than that, please let me know. I think that might be a condition that would be warranting a return. The next thing I was going to cover was the AC adapter. The unit that I had, the previous unit, was a 13-inch 2016 version, which was stolen. I still have the adapter for it. This was a 45-watt adapter. The cord came out straight to the computer and then had a 90-degree right-angle plug on it. The new one is substantially larger. It's a 90-watt adapter. It uses the USB-C connector, and it has a 90-degree output on the body of the converter and a straight plug going into the computer. I don't like that as much because it can form a lever, and my concern is what's the long-term damage that could do to the connectors. These are rated for like 10,000 insertions. Hopefully it will get that much without any wear-out mechanisms on it. The nice thing about this, right now you see it's charging at 2.5 watts. This is a state where it confirms the condition of the battery. You'll see it kick up to a higher power in the 60+ watt range shortly. There it goes. 65.5 watts approximately is what it's putting into the battery right now. This will go on, and HP claims it will go 0 to 50% in 30 minutes. I've gone from 5% to 65% in 30 minutes. So their claim is actually pretty conservative. It does charge the unit very fast off the USB-C bus, provided you have a 90-watt adapter on it. So I'm very happy with that. The pin, some folks have asked about the new pin. This one comes with the 360. I had read where HP decided to give you a pin rather than give you a USB-C to wired Ethernet. I probably would have used the the other one more, but I'm still trying to be open-minded on the pin. I at first said I wouldn't use the touch screen last year, and I actually started using it and liked it. I still use it. It's hard to do that kind of scrolling with the pin. There's another thing that I don't like about this pin. There are two buttons on here, and you can configure them with the HP Pin Manager, the top and bottom buttons. However, these only work when the pin is actually in contact with the display. So I have top button here for volume down, does nothing. And if I get it close enough to the display and press it, then you see it turns the volume down. So if someone's having a why doesn't it work issue, well, it's because it's got to be touching the display when you press the button for that to work. The other issue I have with this is the sensitivity. It's just not that sensitive. I'm touching the display here, and only on this upstroke is it giving enough force for it to register. For me to get it to register all the time, I have to apply more pressure, and as a result, I get a fairly thick line. So that part of it works. If I press really hard, I get a very thick line. I have read that there's a pin from Dell which actually has much better sensitivity, and there is nowhere in here that I have found to adjust the sensitivity. So people are saying go get the Dell stylus if you really want to use the pin quite a bit. There is a magnet here in the case for holding the pin, and that's why it behaves like that. Nifty feature, but so far it hasn't grown on me. The last thing is I was going to talk about why this is going back. There are two hardware problems with it that can't be fixed. One of them is when the display is cold and the machine is cold, so you turn it on first thing in the morning, and the white backgrounds and in fact the whole backlighting of the display flickers, like it goes from say 80% to 50% brightness, back and forth very quickly, randomly, and as the unit warms up, that flickering stops. As the unit gets even warmer, the display has some sort of a memory issue where this top part of the display gets copied to the bottom part. It gets shifted over about 5 millimeters on the display, and then there's some torn strips that show up in the memory. It jitters a few times, and then it goes back to normal. This is not a software bug. I've re-imaged the entire hard disk on it. It doesn't go away. So it looks to me like the display hardware has either a driver issue on the LEDs and or a memory issue. So for those reasons, this is going back. I called HP. They sent out another machine. It took another 2 weeks to get here from China and arrived today, so this one's going to get packed up and sent back. If there are any questions on other stuff about the new HP 2017 Spectre x360, go ahead and leave comments, and I'll see what I can put up there for you. Enjoy.